Hi Soul Searchers, I am Indigo Kelly with soulsearchingwithindigokelly.com. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full moon ritual video. I want to share with you how I do my full moon ritual. I have several things that I like to do. You can do all of these, you can choose to do one of these. This is just a full range of several different things that you can do. When I have the time, like we've had a lot of time here lately at home, I have been doing more of an in-depth full moon ritual. I know the full moon in April, I took a whole evening and just enjoyed the full moon and the full moon ritual. So I'm planning on this full moon in May doing the same thing, but this is a timeless video. It doesn't have to be any particular month. You can do this on any full moon. The first thing that I like to do in my full moon ritual is obviously take out your crystals to charge. If you see here, I have all of my crystals here on a tray so that I can take them outside and set them under the full moon for the night. The one thing that you want to make sure you do when you are setting out your crystals for the evening is make sure you bring them back in before sunlight hits them. That's really important to make sure that the crystals don't lose any of their moonlight charge when the sun comes up in the morning. So all of your crystals that you have, put them inside of something or make sure they're nice and spread out evenly. I have a lot in this tray. I try to spread them out as much as possible and just set them under the moonlight outside. They don't necessarily have to be directly under the moonlight with the moonlight actually hitting them because it's just the energy of the full moon outside, not necessarily the moon light that has to be touching your crystals. So that is the first thing that I like to do. The next thing that I like to do underneath a full moon is to make moon water. If you see here, I have some purified water. This is just like a mason jar. You can use any kind of glass jar. I like to use glass. You don't necessarily have to use glass, but just for, since it's gonna be sitting out overnight, I like for it to have a lid on it so that it's clean because I do sometimes drink my moon water, add it to my tea, water plants with it. I even sometimes give a little of it to my pets. So, you're just going to put your water into a container and you're going to set it out just like your crystals. You're going to set it out in the full moon. Once again, it does not have to be directly in the full moonlight, and make sure that you bring in your moon water before the daylight hits it because you don't want any of the energy to be lost in the sunlight, okay? Moon water is really awesome. I love moon water. You can use it for many different things. I'll just list a few really quick. Like I was saying, I like to put it in my tea sometimes. You can use it for cleansing. Sometimes put it in a spray bottle. I spray it across my door for protection or for cleansing. You can spray some on your sigils to activate sigils if you do sigil work. You can use it for cooking. There are lots of different things that you can use moon water for, but definitely make some moon water for yourself and put the intention of the moonlight on your moon water. I also always, before I start the next part of my full moon ritual, I like to ground myself. And when I say ground myself, I just want to reconnect myself to Mother Earth, to my higher self, and to spirit before you start the rest of the full moon ritual. In order to do that, you can do a short meditation where you just imagine yourself like a tree with roots coming out of your feet going into the ground and all of your energy going into the earth, and then imagining all of Mother Earth's energy coming up through your feet all the way up your body. And you do that slowly and just imagine it and picture it in your mind, making sure that you're going all the way up each part of your body and each chakra. Okay, go all the way up to your chakras, up to your crown chakra, and then you should feel more grounded and ready to do the rest of your full moon ritual. I like to cleanse and smudge myself and my space. I also do this to everyone in my family. I'll cleanse and smudge my husband and my daughter. I include everybody in our full moon ritual, and you can kind of make a family thing of it, or you can do it by yourself. I like to use white sage To cleanse my space, on the full moon, I will cleanse my entire house and myself, especially the space where I'm going to be doing my full moon ritual. All right. Something else that you can use to cleanse your space is the Palo Santo. It is a sacred Brazilian wood, and it smells really, really nice. Sometimes people don't necessarily like the smell of sage. It's more of an acquired smell, but Palo Santo smells really, really nice. Really nice Palo Santo. So if you want to order, you can order either one of these on Amazon or find them in a local shop near you. After you're done cleansing yourself and your space and your house or whatever it is that you want to cleanse, the next thing you're going to do is do some releasing. The full moon is for releasing and letting go of any negativity and making room for new miracles to come into your life. So with the full moon, you're going to write down a list of things that you're going to release. So I like to set the mood and make it very comfortable, make it a space where I feel comfortable being honest with myself and writing out true things that I need to release. The first thing that I like to do is light a white candle. Once you've lit your white candle, you can go ahead and get your notebook out, and you want it to be a piece of paper that you can easily rip out because you are going to burn this when it's all done. I like to date it and then put full moon in and put the zodiac where the moon is stationed in the sky at that time. When you write your list, you're going to start every sentence with I release. Write as many things as you want. This can be very therapeutic. It can really help you to move on and release anger and resentment and anything that you're holding in you that no longer serves your higher self. So go ahead and think of any situations. Pour out your emotions. You're really trying to purge spiritually of any negativity, of any anger, of any resentment towards any people or situations, towards yourself. When you're done, you should really feel forgiveness in your heart and no anger and no resentment towards anyone, and release all of that, because it is healthy for you to release that and not hold it, so that you can make way for new miracles to come into your life. Once you are done writing your intentions, you're actually going to take your paper and you are going to burn it. And by burning it, you are releasing it. You are no longer holding on to it. You don't want to save this paper, because if you hold on to this paper, you're holding on to those negative emotions and the negativity that you've released, the anger and resentment that you've released by writing these out and burning them. You can use something that is fireproof. I sometimes use my abalone shell, and I will fold it and I will burn I'll burn the things that I'm going to release. You want it to burn completely. You want to have all of it burnt. If there are parts of it that don't burn completely, you want to go back and look at those words and see which words don't want to burn, and you go back and make sure that they burn all the way completely, so that all of that negativity and bad energy is gone. You can also do this in like a pot, a cooking pot, or something made out of glass. But you just want to make sure that it is entirely burnt and none of the negativity remains. The next thing I like to do is I like to do a tarot reading for myself to get an idea of what's coming up, and where I need guidance and where I need spirit to help me navigate through the next few weeks. The very last thing that I like to do is take a cleansing bath. That is my favorite part of the full moon ritual. I actually like to do it every night, but you There are many things, there are many ways that you can take a cleansing bath. A few of the things that I like to do, I like to use Epsom salt. They have many different kinds of Epsom salt. I like the one that has lavender in it. That one's very nice. And just put that into a hot bath. I also have some different herbs, lavender, mint, or sage, that I have on my patio. I always turn off the lights and make sure it's completely lit by candlelight. I like to relax and take a really hot, renewing bath. And when all that is over, I feel a whole lot better. I feel like I have released so many things and I'm ready to move forward, and like I said before, make way for new miracles in my life and things that are coming forward. So that is my full moon ritual. Like I said, you don't have to do all of those things, but just take a few of those things that you might like, that might work for you. If you don't have a whole lot of time, you can just maybe do one or two of those things. I think that if I was going to pick just one, the most important one is to release negativity and any anger or resentment or negative people or anything like that. That's probably the most important one. And then also cleansing. With sage or with Palo Santo, that is also very important to me. I not only do that on a full moon, I try to do that at least once a week in my home. So that is my routine for a full moon ritual. You can take those things and make them your own. Not everybody does everything exactly the same way. You can make it your own however you want to tweak it or change it. Feel free to do that. If you like this video and you want to see more like this in the future, go ahead and click the notification post bell below and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again really soon.